And Chardai Powell is our 800th guest, and she's also social media manager for Black Odyssey Media. So, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV, and congratulations on being our 800th guest.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. And you were actually going to be the 801,
Yeah.
guest 801,
Mm-hmm.
but we had a change in the first interview for the show. The person who was supposed to come on couldn't,
Mm-hmm.
and that person was a new person. So we ended up putting a previous guest in that slot, which meant you got to be guest number 800. So, so anyway, Sade Entice told me you are a whiz with social media, and you also were a previous bookstore owner. So just tell us
Bookseller.
a bookseller. Did you have a brick
Yes.
and mortar, or did you have like a mobile?
I was a bookseller at Loyalty Bookstores. So they have two locations. Both are in DC right now.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
So I mean, were you the owner of the store,
I
or
was
was
not. No, the owner is Hannah Oliver Depp. I worked for her for like 3 years.
oh, okay. But you were
Yes.
in the book selling, the retail side of
Yeah.
books,
Yes,
because there are
absolutely.
lots of different sides to books. There's retail, and
Yeah.
my husband and I had a brick and mortar store for 10 years.
Mm.
In Houston, cushcity.com, which is still the name of our parent company. So we did that for 10 years full time. We were both full time in that. And then, book marketing is what I do every day.
Yeah.
And then the National Black Book Festival is our annual event, and we celebrate our 18th anniversary this year. And we have this video podcast, which we did before podcasting was a real thing.
I know that's right.
So all these people are new at podcasting. We've been doing it for
Yeah.
5 years, and we do it every Tuesday. So we have been consistent. We take a Tuesday off.
Hmm.
Out of an average year, it'll be 4 Tuesdays that we don't do this show. Normally, it's during the Christmas holidays,
Hmm.
the Fourth of July week,
Hmm.
and the week of after the book festival,
I
because
know.
the week after the festival, Ron and I are both exhausted, and
Yeah.
so
You deserve rest.
it's yeah, we need rest.
Yeah.
So we take
Yeah.
that week off. So tell us
Hmm.
about you, Sade, and how you went from being a bookseller to some of the other things you've done in the industry, and then became social media manager for Black Odyssey Media.
Yeah. So starting off at the bookstore, I had graduated from Columbia College Chicago. I had to move back because it was during the pandemic. And
Okay.
I really wanted to work specifically for a Black owned bookstore. So I was emailing around and just kind of emailing all the Black bookstores in the DMV. And Hannah had got back to me. And we just kind of clicked from there. And the more that I worked there, I was branching out onto social media, seeing about Bookstagram and then Book Talk, and then more specifically Black Bookstagram and Black Book Talk, and like learning about indie authors. And that's when I started bringing the authors into the bookstore, and creating our TikTok around that, and bringing in just a different group of audience, like people that just didn't know that we were there. So after that, I think Black Odyssey Media had reached out. Yeah, because I still have the screenshot. They had reached out to Loyalty, introducing themselves. And I looked them up, and I told my coworker, I was like, "Oh my gosh, would be like a dream job." And I think I had reached out to Shawanda and Tice, for I think like right after that, just introducing myself, saying that I work at Loyalty, but I love what you're doing. And then kind of fast forwarding from there, she had a position for the social media manager. She asked me, did I want to take a try at it? And I've been doing it for I think almost a year. And in between that time, I have created content and making sure that I'm uplifting Black indie authors. And that was like a huge thing of my like my brand online was bringing in these indie authors, and you could shop online from Loyalty and you didn't have to go to Amazon. So that's a very big passion of mine, giving like indie authors a platform. And I think with Black Odyssey, they do something so different where they're bringing in indie authors, giving them the marketing and the exposure and all of that for a traditional publishing, but still having them have that independent voice.
Okay. So what do you do? What's your average day like as a social media manager?
So I definitely, right when I wake up, because I still have like my 9 to 5 job, I will check our DMs, check the messages. Sometimes I'll do like a check-in on threads, making sure we're interacting, not just like liking stuff, but commenting on people's reviews of us. I wanted to feel like there's actually a person that cares behind our account. So I'm just constantly trying to make sure that I'm in community with people, making sure that I keep Entice on the know and that she's informed of what's going on in social media, and creating graphics and fun. I feel like fun content. I try to bring influencers, Black influencers, into our page if we have a release coming out. So it's really daily. It looks different every day, but I just want to make sure that I am talking to our followers and trying to just get us some more exposure on a daily.
So now, you mentioned a few things,
Mm,
and I know that um, people who are recently out of college, I'll say it like
mm,
that, um, know all about this stuff.
yeah.
Uh, but some of us who went to college a few years back,
Hmm.
we are, for me personally, I don't try to do everything, but I am interested in hearing about it.
Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram. That's it. I'm on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok app on my phone.
Yeah.
Uh, I heard you mention threads, and
Yeah.
I want you to talk about each one. And then, but I hear about book talk and book
Hmm.
Instagram and all of that. So
Yes.
let's start with threads.
Yes.
Now, Threads seems like I heard about Threads that people were switching from Twitter to Threads when Twitter became X. And
Yeah.
what is Threads
Threads,
exactly?
I think that's the perfect description. At least that's what I take away from it. It's still conversations being put out, and instead of like hashtag, well, it's kind of like a hashtag. It goes, you have like one hashtag and it transfers to that. It's basically like the topic of conversation. I like it. I think it's a great space for the book space, recommendations, still for people that might not want to do like visual content, like videos and pictures and all that. I think it's just like a conversation, like a great place to converse and talk about books. At least that's what I gather.
So it's less visual in terms of like yeah, Instagram is all
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah, with
Hmm.
graphics and
Hmm.
everything. I would
Yeah,
say, yeah.
it's all pictures or flyers or videos.
That's
Not
usually, yeah.
much, not much with
Yeah.
words. Very
Yeah,
little
very
with
like
words.
Threads is
More
heavy
word
word.
driven.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And now bookstagram,
Mhm.
and I'll say explain to me, but also explain to the audience that may not
Yeah.
understand what bookstagram is exactly. I know it's books on Instagram,
Yeah.
basically, but how does it work?
So yes, I call it Bookstagram now too. I'm like at this point. So it's a book account that you have. It's a community driven space. And I specifically, when I'm focusing on my personal bookstagram, it is dedicated to giving Black authors a space. That's where I review most of my things. So you're posting your reviews and what you think and like what you're recommending and our questions, and it's a way for us to interact with authors. And I think of bookstagram and like book creators and book talk as kind of like the booksellers of online, because they are who the booksellers, like when people come into the store, they're asking us stuff that they've seen on Bookstagram and Book Talk. So I just feel like a community driven space.
Now,
um
is it a place on Instagram, or is it an I, or is it like Black Twitter in that
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Black
Mm-hmm.
Twitter wasn't really a place,
Yes.
it was more of Black people on Twitter,
Yeah.
what they
That's
were
how I
talking
think of it.
about.
Yeah.
So when Bookstagram, let me see, how do I ask this?
Mhm.
Is it a page, or is it just people talking about books on Instagram?
I would say, yeah, it's people, book
It,
creators talking about, and not even like book creators, anybody can join the space. It's the Instagram app, but you're just hashtagging so that it's easier to find. And people,
okay,
yeah. So it's the Instagram app. But a
okay.
lot of people will have their book pages separate from, like, your personal everyday page.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So people do that on Facebook too, but they
Yeah.
have a page for their books.
Mhm.
I'm an author, but I tried that for a couple of my books,
Yeah. It's
but it was too
great.
much work. I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. It was too much to try to keep up with all that. So
Keep up with
I
the
just
reviews, because you can be in the hashtags, because you have your Instagram page and your social media. So it's really just like following book creators, following authors. That's what puts you in the bookstagrams.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
who
you're
you
you're
follow.
in it. You're in it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, it's Instagram. That's all it is. That's the
Okay.
location.
Well, I know I'm not the only one who
No.
didn't
Mm-mm,
understand exactly what it
mm-mm.
was. So that's why I ask questions that the
Yeah.
audience wants to know the answers to, that
Yes.
they may not have the opportunity, or too bashful, or
Yeah.
don't want to seem like they don't know what's going on. I know I hear about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So it is really kind of like Black Twitter, but it's more
Yeah.
using the hashtags and about who you follow.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to follow more people. I have I mean, I don't even have a personal Instagram. Uh I use the book festival's Instagram, but
I'll send you a long list of Black book creators. A long,
okay,
long
okay.
list.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so cuz I need to pick up more followers. We
Yes.
have about on our Facebook, we have almost 100,000 people. We're 200 people short of 100,000 on
I
Facebook.
I think you can absolutely, and they're connected, so you can interact a little bit on the explore page. You'll have 200 followers in a week.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
haven't. I need to, because I'm sick of being at 99,000 and something. Normally when we get close to the festival, we
Mm-hmm.
get like a rush of followers. So I'm sure it's gonna happen in the next month or so.
It's coming.
But that took 10 years of work and money. You have to pay
Yes.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um if it for people to see your stuff
Yes.
on Facebook, you're paying them.
Yeah.
Unless you are posting something that goes viral, and you don't have any control over that. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know what's going to go viral unless it's something crazy. And there's some crazy stuff there. There's some video.
Extremely.
There's this one young lady, I don't know, and this is random, this is off topic, but there's one young lady on Facebook, and I have hit the thing that says show fewer of these videos,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not, it doesn't work. So I may
Yeah.
have to just cut it off. But she um is a young lady, young Black lady.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole thing on Facebook is eating.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And she'll eat, and this is a young person.
Mm-hmm.
She'll have a platter of food
Mm-hmm.
that's like something I would feed a family of four. And she sits there and eats it.
It's a huge thing. Like, even it's the hashtag foodstagram, food talk, like food
Oh,
content. Especially around the pandemic, things like boils, like people would get large amount of foods, and it's the more
oh,
views you get, they're getting paid to like do things like that. It's
okay. Well,
Yeah.
some things are not worth it for money, but
Yeah.
it's up to them.
Yeah.
I just
Everything's
keep
not for
seeing her every
everybody.
time she's on, like every other. months she weighs 20 more pounds.
Oh,
And she's gonna eat herself into an early grave. You
she
can't,
she just might. She
she's
just
not
might.
eating vegetables. It's all starch in
Oh
me.
yeah,
And it's
she's
just,
definitely getting paid.
I don't, okay. So anyway,
Just a little tidbit.
okay, yeah, that was an aside. So it's like I'm not willing to do crazy stuff for
Yeah.
likes or
Mm-mm.
views. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So if it takes a little bit longer, so be it. You
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
Now book talk
Mm-hmm.
talk is like TikTok for books.
Yes.
So it's the
Yes.
same thing. Now I don't have a TikTok app just because now I do see TikTok videos on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
You know how
Mm-hmm.
they come up and then you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't gotten, but I hear about book talk on TikTok with books, and I hear all these stories or urban legends. I don't know if they're real or
Mm-hmm.
not. You know, it's a lot. A lot of stuff isn't real. I don't know. You know, it's just people saying stuff, but it's not really real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, tell me about book talk and how people are utilizing book talk
Mhm.
or TikTok for books.
Yes. So I think that, and Bookstagram, was a space first, but I think that Book Talk opened up another lane. Because there's something about videos and visuals and that coming across that. There's actually been a recent conversation of a huge creator, Jaleesa, who was one of the first people in the space. Because at first, when you would search in hashtags like black books or black book talk, just trying to find black authors, it was a lot harder. It was very minimum. I don't even think there was anybody. And then there were creators like Jaleesa, for example, that came into the space and started making video content. And people started following her for reviews and things like that. And I think that created community, and like publishers, it was a little bit easier for them to see it, to see these videos being put out. And
Mm-hmm.
again, at least in the bookseller space, because that's where I started, I would see people coming in asking me, showing me these black book creators videos and
Hmm.
saying like, do you have this book, can you order this book? So
Oh,
I just,
okay.
yeah, it just opens up a whole new lane. I think that TikTok in itself as an app, it's on a whole different level. So I think introducing black book creators to that space, it helps gives access to publishers. It is helping these creators with booking events, because the event owners are seeing them and seeing how excited and seeing how they can market a book. I truly think that book talk and like bookstagram is on its way to like changing the publishing space. When we think of like publishers, they are, when they're marketing plans, a lot of it on the back of the books, a lot of it's in its plans is like, we need to grab these influencers. And I think that's a big thing that Black Odyssey does. We try to connect with TikTok, because it's big. It's really, really big. So, and I think it's only going to get bigger. So I would say to make one, just sit
Okay.
there, think about it, put
I
it in the
wouldn't
back
know what to
pocket.
do. But okay, so what do people do like on, when the content on Book Talk, how
Yeah.
long is it, just reels? Is it 30 seconds? Is it a minute? What length is it? What are they doing when they go
Yes.
on? What are they
TikTok. So TikTok can go up to 10 minutes for its, I'm trying to think, is that the max? Yes, 10 minutes is it's a max. So sometimes it's rare, but sometimes people will take the 10 minutes, maybe not the whole 10 minutes, to talk book reviews. There's book hauls. The fun, exciting thing about TikTok is the sounds that you can use. So there could be like a really popular sound from a song, and it's like trending just on TikTok in general. And you, as a
Mm-hmm.
book influencer, might take that sound and you not have that many followers, and that one sound makes your video go trending, and like, these are the videos that are being recommended. I think the fun thing is that like, your content, the way that people interact with it can change overnight.
Hmm.
So yeah, hauls, reels, people get on TikTok live and they'll like talk to authors or just like each other. Another community space, I think it's just more like video content friendly.
Hmm. Well,
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting how the trends are uh, changing or
Yes. Yeah.
expanding.
Mm-hmm.
And publishers are always looking for an easy way to find people who whose books will sell
Yes.
because they're not really trying to do a lot of work.
It's true.
You know,
It, it's
they
true.
want to publish the book, and then the person they're looking that right now, I know they look for influencers in terms
Yes.
of they're looking for your social media following in
Mm-hmm.
terms of that's part of your pitch is if you're pitching to a publisher to get a
Yeah.
book deal, they want to know how many followers you have,
Yeah.
you know, and so now the music, the like I know what you're talking about with the music, but I thought
Mm.
um you don't have to get permission to use the music, or is it like 8 bars? I think it used to be 8 bars that you could use without getting permission.
I feel like it's a little bit different with TikTok. It's really weird because sometimes like the original creator will somehow have got the sound like that is it belongs to them because TikTok's pretty strict about that. But
Okay.
you can there's like a little like circle basically playing the sound. You click that sound and you say, I want to use this sound, and then you put it over your video. So stuff that's already been approved. If TikTok
Oh,
sees it, especially as a business page, like Black Odyssey, we're a business page. So there's certain sounds that I can't use
okay.
versus like my personal pages with Shard that I can just like grab the sound. So it depends on the type of profile you have.
Okay. So, um,
I know
are you
it's a lot.
able to? Well, I have the segment because we don't have that much time left, but I
Mm-hmm.
have it on screen share.
Yeah,
So, are you on a laptop?
I am. Yes,
Would you be able to pull up something from Book Talk
absolutely.
so we can see what it is?
Yeah,
You know, an example of what somebody's doing on there.
yeah. Let
This
me
would
see.
be, you know.
Okay.
So let's see. Somebody said people keep their social media pages open like it's the television.
That yeah, it's really because you're watching it, and sometimes I just sit there. I will sit there and watch book content when I should be reading. Okay, so let's see. Let me make
That
sure.
was by Ardella Joy Majet. She had that as a comment.
Oh, that's my mom. That is okay.
That's
So I
funny.
want to
Okay.
make sure I am doing this right. Okay. All right. Can you see
Okay.
my screen?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, so this is Jaleesa Reeves, the person
Jaleesa
that you
Reeves.
referenced.
Yes.
Okay. So we can't do you have your there's the sound on there.
There we go.
Okay. It's still not coming through.
It's not coming.
I don't hear what she's saying.
Okay, let me. Volume's turned up.
It
So
looks
I
like it's turned up, but I don't know if there's a some
there's
kind of
actual
limit.
sound coming out.
No.
Okay. What I will say is basically
Well, we can see the closed caption.
you can. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is a yes, no, maybe. So she's just rating the books she's read this year. She read 136 books this year.
So she does all 136 or just some of the.
No, I think that no, this is a part. She has it sped up, but this is she's gonna do it in segments.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
she's an avid reader. I can't. I don't. I'm not able to read that many books because I just with between what I have to do in the show and just my personal responsibilities, I can't do that. But I do see people that do read like over 100 books, and God
Yeah,
bless them.
it is.
And most of the books that I read are like full length novels. They're not. I don't read novellas or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
short books. They're at least 300 pages, sometimes 400, sometimes 500. So those aren't quick reads, you know. But so people come on camera on
Mm-hmm.
BookTok or TikTok
Mhm.
and they talk about some aspects of books. They
Yes.
could be authors themselves talking about their own like writing process or what happened to them on a book at a book event or whatever.
Mhm.
Or they can be doing like she does. Now, is she an author or she just a reader,
No, she's a book creator.
influencer? Okay.
Yes. Yes, book influencer.
Okay. Well, this has been a great education for
Yeah.
me.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
yeah, I hope that people learn something from the questions that I asked. I
Yeah.
didn't see any. Let me see if somebody asked any other questions. Uh, I don't see any other questions from the audience. So, and we keep the show
Mhm.
on the whole show on Facebook so people
Okay.
can watch it. We also upload it to YouTube, and your individual interview will be on YouTube as well. It
Okay.
we normally do that. It'll be next week when that'll be there, but
Perfect.
you'll be there, so you'll add. You can take a few seconds of it and add it to your book talk.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Please follow us on Black Odyssey Media.
Okay, I will do that. I have to go in and add some more followers because I've been remiss on doing that. I'm a person who compartmentalizes things. That's how I get so much done. And when I tell you I have like like I'm I'm working on so much with our event coming up, with the
Mhm.
show every week, just everything that I do.
It's a
Um,
lot.
it's a lot. So thank you so much, Chardai. I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate you
Gwen.
being on the show and
Thank
giving me an education as far as so also to our audience. And congratulations on just
you.
what you're doing. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye.